I'm going to read to you this Yiddish, and then I'm going to translate it for you and try to explain to you what it means, because it's a little bit opaque. It says, bei die treatments mit die chemo werden einfach ausgepflegte Hut, seht man doch, als die Machles haben a scheiches Ziederhut. By the treatments with the chemo, the hair sadly falls out, and so you see that cancer is connected to hair. That's all it is. This is a paid ad. It's a quote attributed to the Skolner Rebbe, and it says on the bottom that it is posted L'Rafis HaYeled Yaakov Ben Gittel, in the hopes that it will expedite the healing of the child who is sick, Yaakov Ben Gittel. What does this mean? So I think you need to understand the context of religious thinking in order to understand this. For me personally, this kind of thinking is very painful because I don't connect with it. Basically, it says, someone is sick, why could it be happening? This is a very Jewish question. What can we do better to make sure that these bad things don't happen? It is a religious perspective. It is a way of searching for spiritual, religious guidance in times of pain, and to try to improve yourself in order to plea with God to send a cure. And the answer that this particular quote is providing is something is being done with hair that is causing illness. So maybe rectify that. Maybe you're not shaving your head as a married woman, or maybe you're wearing wigs that are too promiscuous, something to that effect. You know, me personally, I have a really hard time with this perspective, because to me, it feels like you're blaming the victim. You're pointing fingers. You're saying you did something wrong and that's why you got sick. But I understand that from a religious perspective, if you understand the world as a series of God controlling everything and everything having karmic consequences, then this can actually be very meaningful, very agency providing. You can then take action at times of illness where you don't just have to turn to the medical institution. You can also do good things within yourself. And I think it's very comforting and it is very meaningful. But there is another side to this that I think is really interesting, which is in the Hasidic community, very often illness is understood to be connected with modesty violations. In particular, the Satmar Rebbe said, every new illness is caused by a new trend in fashion. When you wonder, why do Hasidic women shave their heads? There's no reason. Why do they have to cover their heads with wigs that are synthetic, so on and so forth? And you come at it from needing a very textual-based explanation. Where is it written? You're not understanding their worldview, which is not where is it written per se, but all the events in the world are connected. Dressing immodestly can cause men to look at the wrong women, and doing things in general that are considered not okay, that are not tradition, can cause God to frown upon his people, which can then cause negative consequences. So if you understand this orientation towards the world, you can better understand why these customs become so sacred and important. So that's just a thought I wanted to share with you today on this beautiful Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday.